Hello everyone. Today we will read a very good poem written by the late poet Robert Southey. The name of the poem is The Inchcape Rock, which is a ballad of Robert Southey. Robert Southey used to write ballads particularly, and here is the ballad which was written in 17 lines, 17 stanzas, and the rhyming pattern is ABAB. So first, before reading the poem, I will let you know what the Inchcape Rock is. So Inchcape Rock is the sandstone reef situated 11 miles off the west coast of Scotland. So it is the notorious reef, and in most of the times in the past, the sailors or the shipmen had to collide with the rock, and as a result they had to face a very dangerous consequence, like sometimes death. So then Abbot of Aberbrothock was a person who was the first and who was the only person who installed a bell on the Inchcape Rock. So he installed the bell with a buoy, that means floating moat, and when there was a storm, the bell used to ring, and after hearing the ringing of the bell, the shipmen could understand where the rock is, and because of that they could be saved from a very dangerous accident. So whenever they are saved from that type of accident, they used to blaze Abbot of Aberbrothock. They used to praise Abbot of Aberbrothock. But that is the thing which was not liked by a robber, which was not liked by a pirate. And the pirate was Ralph the robber. He did not like people praising Abbot of Aberbrothock for installing the bell. So what he did, he cut off the bell. He cut down the bell from the rock. But the God punished him because of his. How did God punish him? He was punished because he himself was drowned along with his sheep and other sheepmen because of the deed he did. So let's read the poem now. No star in the yard, no star in the she. The sheep was still as she could be. Her sails from heaven received no motion. Her keel was steady in the ocean. So in the first, like many other ballads, in the very first stanza, we see that there is a description of the she and the sheep. So there was no star because there was no air around. Okay. Without either sign or sound of their shock, the waves flowed over the Inchcape Rock. So little they rose, so little they fell. They did not move the Inchcape Bell. So as there was no air, the waves were very low, and so there was no such type of swinging of the Inchcape Bell. Okay. The Abbot of Aberbrothock had placed the bell on the Inchcape Rock. On a buoy, in the storm it floated and swung, and over the waves its warning rang. So, as I told you before, that it was installed by Abbot of Aberbrothock, and whenever there is a dangerous storm, it began to ring, and because of that ringing, people are saved from dangerous perils. The sun in heaven was shining gay. All things were joyful on the day. The shepherds screamed as they wheeled round, and there was joyance in their sound. So we get another description of the atmosphere, like the sun was shining brightly and the day was joyful. The shepherds were there and everything was right. The buoy of the Inchcape Bell was seen, a darker space on the ocean green. Sir Ralph the robber walked his deck, and he fixed his eye on the darker speck. So then, because the weather was very clean and clear, The Inchcape Bell was also, the Inchcape Bell could be seen. And Ralph the Rover fixed his eye on the bell. He felt the cheering power of spring. It made him whistle, it made him sing. His heart was mirthful to excess, but the rover's mirth was wickedness. So he suddenly felt that he had to have some fun or something, but it was not like the common mirth or common interest or fun that we actually do. It was like some wicked fun. Okay. His eyes was on the Inchcape float. Quoth he, "My men, put out the boat and row me to the Inchcape rock, and I will plague the abbot of Aberbrothock." That means he then ordered his men to row the Inchcape, that means to drive the sheep towards the Inchcape rock, because he want to plague, that means he want to torture, he want to torture or give some pain to Abbot of Aberbrothock. Okay, the boat is lowered, the boatmen row, and to the Inchcape rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat and he caught the bell from the Inchcape rock, and now they sailed towards the Abbot of Aberbrothock or the Inchcape rock, and it was cut down by the rover. So the mischievous activity or the mischievous mirth was finally done by the pirate Ralph the Rover. Okay, down sung the bell with gurgling sound. The bubbles rose and burst around. Quoth Sir Ralph, "The next who comes to the rock would not bless the Abbot of Aberbrothock." Now he seemed to be the victorious, and he said, next who would come towards this bell or towards the reap would not praise Abbot of Aberbrothock. Okay. Sir Ralph the Rover sailed away, his scoured seas for many a day, and now grown rich with plunder store, he steers his course for Scotland's shore. Now he sailed towards the shore of Scotland, because he had done the mischief that he wanted to do, and he had finished it. Okay, so thick a haze overspread the sky. They cannot see the sun on high. The wind had blown a gale all day. It hath died away. On the deck the rover takes his stand. So dark it is, they see no land. Quoth Sir Ralph, "It will be lighter soon, for there is the dawn of the rising moon." Then what happened? It becomes dark and there was no light, but Sir Ralph the Rover, he was very much optimistic, and he thought at dawn everything will be okay. "Can't steer," said one, "the breakers roar, for methinks we should be near the shore. Now where we are I cannot tell, but I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell." Then when everything was as calm as the sea, they even could not hear the sound of the breakers or the waves. Then one of the shipmen said that he is not sure, or he cannot say where he is. Okay, so if in this condition he at least could hear the Inchcape bell, but now there is no probability to hear the bell also, because it was cut down by the robber. They hear no sound, the swell is strong. Though the wind hath fallen, they drift along, till the vessel strikes with a shivering shock. Oh Christ, it is the Inchcape rock. Now what happened? Here is the climax. Let's see what climax had happened. The vessel means the ship. The ship now had collided with the Inchcape rock, because they could not understand, or they could not decide where they are. They actually were near the Inchcape rock, and because there was no bell, they could not understand their position, and as a result the collision happened. And now the collision happened with the Inchcape rock. Sir Ralph the Rover tore his hair, he cursed himself in his despair. The waves rush in on every side. The ship is sinking beneath the tide. So when it had a collision with the Inchcape Rock, it is very natural that the ship now will sink, and it began to sink, and the ship is sinking beneath the tide. But even in his dying fear, one dreadful sound the rover could hear. Okay, when he was going to die, the ship was sinking. He could hear only one sound, a sound as if the Inchcape bell, the devil below, was ringing his knell. It seemed that the devil from the underneath of the earth was ringing his knell, that means death bell. Okay, and he could hear and he could understand that he had done a very bad thing. So this was the poem, The Inchcape Rock. I hope that you understood the meaning. Thank you.